Greetings, fellow traveler and viewer. Welcome to Timeless Tarot. We're going to just jump right in. We've drawn 3 cards already. We're going to rearrange them so I don't remember which one's which. These are from Golden Art Nouveau, and they will be the mystery card that gets revealed at the end of each reading. But we will draw 3 more cards right now, and these will be what we reveal so that you can choose based on how you resonate with the card. Okay, we got 3 cards here, and we will reveal each one right now. Please keep in mind that these are broad readings, so if you feel a strong connection to any idea or theme during the reading, bring it along with you on your journey, and if not, let it float on by. Okay, so for pile number 1 or group number 1, we have Judgment. We have Judgment, a release of some kind, a letting go, kind of a cathartic release of some kind of built-up emotion. Okay, could also be a final resolution to a very long journey. For group number 2, we have the King of Swords. So analytical decision-making, really strong logic. Okay. When it comes to making decisions, the King of Swords is very logical, very strong decision-maker. Okay, and finally for group number 3, we have the High Priestess. Okay, so we have the High Priestess. So trusting one's intuition, hidden knowledge that gets revealed in time through trusting one's own instincts and sense of understanding of the world. Okay, a more like natural approach towards making decisions, more just like intuitive perception. Okay, so these are the 3 cards, and we have the 3 mystery cards underneath each one. I'm just going to arrange them a little bit better so that we can get a good thumbnail. Okay. Please also keep in mind that you are free to watch one or all of the readings, because the choice to explore is always up to you. And please like or subscribe so if you like this channel, because it helps this channel grow. Okay, great. Let's start with group number 1. Group number 1, welcome to your reading. I hope you're doing well. How are you doing? Okay, we're just going to draw 5 cards to begin with to see what's on the mind. What's on the mind? You chose the Judgment card, so perhaps you're looking for some kind of release or relief in some ways. Okay, we're just going to draw 5 to begin with from the top, because we're in the top realm, the top layer. Okay. So, currently on the mind, we have the Artist, one of the 2 oracle cards of the deck. So I am going to just quickly read that from the book. Or not, maybe not. I misplaced the book for a second, but here we go. So, the Artist is the vessel of creation. This card signifies humankind and shows when you need to open to the knowledge that is available if you stop and set aside the distractions of the human condition and listen. It's visionary, interpreter, creation, and passionate. Okay, so that's the meaning behind that special oracle card. And we're going to keep going. So there's a sense of creativity, of having a vision, of working towards it. There's a dream on the mind. There's a dream in the mind right now. Okay. In the past, there might have been a sense of unfairness, perhaps, but it could also have been something where you borrowed from someone and you're giving them credit, but it is one of those times where you're kind of seeking wisdom from others and kind of allowing an idea to pass through you, coming from someone else and then passing through you, kind of like in some ways like a meme or viral idea. An idea lives on through others. Okay, so before that we have stability. So you were looking back to stability. It's interesting, you were kind of using someone else's path to stability to create your own vision of it in the future. And this leads to, it leads to the Fool. Awesome. It leads to the Fool. So it leads to a whole new start. In some ways this might not have been, you're borrowing, but you're recreating it for your own, in your own image. Like this is your own idea. Like your own, like sense of how to take someone else's path, but turn it into your own. Like perhaps you take their path a little bit, and then you veer off and you create something entirely different. You leap into the unknown in the future. This leap, this taking of risk, but also knowing that it's the journey that's worth taking, and that's going to lead to some really shocking events, some shocking revelations, and not in a negative way, because this is right after the Fool. So we got some just incredible experiences coming in the future, something where, by taking a leap in some way where this is going to be a journey worth taking, you're going to see and experience a whole new perspective on the world. Let's see what's happening in the world. Okay. I see you. Okay. There's that one card that just was kind of waving, going, pick me. Okay. So, clarifying the artist. In the current position, we have a commitment being made because we have the Six of Swords. So the Six of Swords is a character who's decided, he's taking a very strong leap into the unknown, but he's committing to it. He's already halfway across the river. He's going to make it across because if he wanted to turn back, it would take the same distance, right? So he's committed. There was a decision made in the past and had something to do with looking at how someone else succeeded. And this is a situation where perhaps there was a bump in the road, but you decided to continue on, okay? There was something that made you feel a little uncertain about the current situation. And these cards want to continue to shift around, but we're going to keep it there. Okay, good. And then we have the other oracle card. Okay, so we got both oracle cards in this reading. So we have the Well. And since I read it from the book for the artist, let's read it from the book for the Well as well. That was unintentional. The Well as well. Okay. So, the Well. The Well is the birthplace of ideas, inspiration, and transformation. All things are birthed from this creatrix, whose knowledge flows freely to those who seek it. Knowledge flowing freely to those who seek it. Interesting. So you were seeking knowledge and you were kind of maybe taking advice or seeing how other people have come to success or come to some kind of happy moment, right? And you're seeing other people find that stability, that sense of security, and you're looking at that in a way where you're kind of borrowing these ideas. You're borrowing the ideas of how others reach stability, but you hit some kind of snag that's actually making you go, well, wait, this isn't always going to be how I do it. I'm going to have to do it a little differently. Okay, but you're still committing. You're still committing to it. What's this lead to? Because in the mind, you have this whole new world, this whole new adventure starting. One of the most fantastic cards of tarot, the Fool. And we have nurturing involved with it, emotional nurturing, because we have the Queen of Cups. So there's a sense of real mastery of emotional nurturing, a sense that you can nurture others' feelings of well-being as well as your own. You have that capability. This could be through meditation. This could be through caring acts. This could be through knowing just what somebody needs to feel comforted and doing that. You have that kind of capability here, and you're reaching and finding that energy out in the world. The world you're going to actually you're manifesting it into the world as well. Okay. And this leads to the Moon. It's kind of interesting. There's this unknown, but this unknown beauty that's being revealed in the mind, but it's almost like you're seeing a mystery and you're kind of just shocked at seeing it. But have you ever just felt the sense of mystery? You're like, what is going on here? That's so beautiful. It could be just from having seen a beautiful sunset or a double rainbow, or perhaps you were traveling up a mountain and it's just the view, or perhaps you saw an animal you've never seen before and you're just surprised that it was there, or you've never seen a bluebird or something like that, and now all of a sudden there's a bluebird there and it's flying kind of mysteriously. That kind of sense is what's happening here after having chosen to go on a new path, one of nurturing and one of well-being. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Look forward to hearing from you guys if you experience that coming up in the future. Okay. So finally, how does this make you feel? What are we feeling? What is the instinctual nature doing in this time period? What's the subconscious that's going on? What's going on within? Clarifying the Six of Swords and the Artist, we have the Five of Pentacles. So there's a feeling of a little bit of fear. It could be just a little bit of uncertainty, maybe just nervousness about this commitment, okay? In the past, you were kind of like just prepared. You were grounded, because the Wheel of Fortune in this position is one of grounding. It's one where you're in the center of the wheel, not on the outside. So as the outside of the wheel turns up and down, that's a lot of chaos in some ways. That's a lot of uncertainty. That's a lot of volatility. There's that up and down, up and down, up and down. But if you're in the center, you're fine. You're just moving straight forward and you're grounded. Okay, so you were coming from a grounded place. Even though there was uncertainty, you were able to commit, even though you had this uncertain decision, this Two of Swords here. And finally, we have clarifying the Well and the Four of Pentacles. We have the King of Cups. So we've moved from the King to the Queen here. The King from within, the within, the sense of being able to be secure emotionally within yourself, that led to the grounding that allowed you to commit. And now you're able to nurture others because you've committed to this endeavor, this new adventure. You made the decision to follow a path, and now the path is becoming yours. Clarifying the Queen of Cups and the Fool, we have the Knight of Wands. So action, standing your ground in some ways, being strong with the decisions or the actions you take, being resolute in the decisions you make is going to be a really strong aspect of yourself moving forward into this very unknown future. Clarifying that, we have Manifestor, the Magician, the magic, or the Master Manifestor, right? The sense that within you can take ownership of your future through your actions, even in an unknown world, even in the lunar unknown moon world, the mental tower, like the sense that there's always these mysterious elements there, but within you have the strength to continue on. So we're going to reveal this final card here, and we're going to see what it is that kind of is this journey. What is going on in this journey? We have the Empress. So nurturing is really the key here. This is nurturing, healing, and creating. We have the Creatrix card. You have the Well. You have the nurturing with the Queen. You have the artistic endeavor. So you might be a visionary. You might be someone who's doing some artwork. You might be a romantic looking for that perfect relationship. But whatever it is, it involves nurturing and creativity. It also could involve, giving birth to something new. This can be the birth card, especially tied with Four of Wands. But like in some ways, this is, anything that's where you're creating something out of the blue. You're creating something new and really worthwhile out of the blue. And that's beautiful. All right. Group number 1, this has been your reading. I hope you enjoyed it. Please leave a comment. Let us know how you're doing. I'd love to know what this mystery is that you're going to be observing in the future. So if you see something interesting, let us know in the comments. All right. Take care. Hey, group number 2, welcome to your reading. You chose the King of Swords alongside this mystery card that we do not know about yet. Okay, so we're going to draw 5 cards to begin with, and then we will see what's on the mind. All right. How are you doing today? I hope you're doing well. Okay, we got 2. Oh, we got 3. Okay. That looks about right. Okay. So, what's on your mind? What's on the mind right now? Well, you chose King of Swords. So perhaps there's a big decision you need to make. Okay? Perhaps you're thinking about a decision. Let's see. Well, we have a surprise right now. Something's shocked you. Something's shocked you already. And it's like, wow, that's a big surprise. You had chosen to take some kind of action recently, which led to a shocking situation, okay? Interestingly enough, this came from an unknown situation. You might want to see group number 1. This might be tied in with group number 1 because we're getting 2 very important cards from that last reading. But this is a sense of like there was something unknown. You took action to discover it, and it was a surprise. It was a shock. Whatever that truth was a shock. Okay, and that moves on to making progress within yourself. Your ideas, your thought process, how you consider your time, how you consider your energy and your resources. You're making a lot of progress in the way you handle those things. Okay, which leads to balance and very good decision making. So we have the King of Swords. If we get the Queen of Swords out here, I wouldn't be surprised if we do. Actually, no, we won't have the Queen of Swords because that. Well, let me think. Will we? We might have the Queen of Swords because that's not one of the picked cards, the pick of cards. So if we get Queen of Swords, that would show like balance in both intuition and in analytical thinking, leading to a balanced approach to decision making. But we're leading. That's one of the better cards to see up here is Justice. That's really cool. You're going to be balanced. You're going to have a really strong decision making. You're going to make really good decisions in the future based on how you've learned how to approach accessing knowledge, accessing the truth. Okay. So in the current position, what are you doing? Well, you're very resolute. You're standing your ground here. I swear I shuffled these cards, but they're coming in different positions. So we have a very different aspect here. This is one of where you're strong and, whatever truth has just been revealed, you're taking it really well. Okay. We have the Artist and we have the Chariot. So there was movement, a lot of movement in the past. Perhaps you traveled, or perhaps you changed locations where you work, or perhaps you changed your living arrangements, which led to you to having a vision of what you wanted. There's an idea of what you wanted, but whatever it was that was revealed, this action you took to get to the information was not exactly what you were anticipating. But you were strong in accepting this surprise. Okay, now you have this on the mind. You have like a really happy event coming up. You're going to be seeing really nicely like how the progress you've made of the mind is going to lead to really progress made in real life, like real happily ever after energy where people are coming together and understanding each other. But also this is a practicing of gratitude card. This is the gratitude card if I've ever seen one. Feeling gratitude is the 10 of Cups. So think about something that you're grateful for, because this is the card that might lead you towards your balanced approach to making decisions. Also protecting your energy, really protecting it. In this case, we have growth in where you put your energy, where you put your time, your attention, your resources. And here we have making sure that you defend it for yourself, like make sure that you have your boundaries set. This is setting boundaries that allow you to make better decisions for yourself. Okay. How does this make you feel? What is the internal, the subconscious happenings? What's going on there? We generally draw from the bottom for these, and in the middle, but like the bottom half, because it's that like unknown, right? What are the unknowns? Those senses, those vibes that you get, but you're just not sure you can put a word to them. That's down here. Okay, we have the other oracle card. We have a wellspring of ideas is coming in through having this shocked knowledge, this surprise knowledge. You are healing yourself by making a decision to take action to find the information you were looking for. In this case, your vision was one where you were hoping to heal through a specific idea, but you're actually finding out that you can make something work with what this shock was. You're able to take what you didn't expect and turn it into something of growth, turning it into a healing process even. And yeah, there was celebration in the past. You were really proud of something. There was an unknown you wanted to explore, but you were proud of your ability to look forward towards it, to try to find it. Okay? Interesting. And this leads to, well, quite a lot of internal work. But in some ways, this is great. This is an ending of a process where now you can integrate this sense of gratitude. You can integrate this new knowledge into yourself in a way that's really empowering and allows you to strengthen your boundaries and also make great decisions. Okay, and then this is just you're kind of taking a break here emotionally now. You're kind of just acceptance is coming in when it's down here. When the Three of Cups is down within the subconscious, acceptance of what comes in some ways, because you're grateful for what you have. You know you can handle whatever is thrown your way. It's just one of those things where you're grounded, but you know, like, hey, there's going to be surprises. I just experienced one. And as those surprises come, you're going to handle them beautifully. And that's a sense of release and relief within the subconscious. So what's this card here? What do we got here? We have this this interesting card here that's going to probably help clarify the rest of this reading. What do you think so far, though? This really feels like there's a decision you need to make, but really it's about the truth. It's about finding the information you need, whether or not it's a surprise or not. You know, in this case, this feels like it's almost like you made a hypothesis. This is almost scientific. You made a guess as to what this was going to be, and it was a surprise to you. But those surprises can actually be blessings in disguise, because they allow you to actually have a new path that you can take and a new lesson learned that gives you a sense of where you make the right decisions and not. You actually have more knowledge than you ever had before when you get a surprise like this. And that's really interesting and cool. All right, so this card is Temperance. So wow, okay, so we have transformation. Transformation through new knowledge, transformation through understanding. A Temperance card is like transitioning from a lower chalice to a higher chalice. Patience is much involved in this process, but also understanding that there's a healing nature to this. And as you move forward, the surprise, the shock is going to fade away to wisdom, to understanding, to a grounded sense that anything thrown your way is something you're going to be able to handle. And you just need to focus on what are the facts and how do you protect yourself? How do you create boundaries that are necessary? But also, how do you let go a little bit and just have a know you're making the right choices both intuitively and logically. Aligning those is the transformation that it seems that we're getting to. So, group number 2, this has been your reading. If you enjoyed it, please subscribe to this channel to see more like it in the future. I can't wait to hear about what it is, what kind of decision you need to make in the comments. Please leave us a comment and let us know. All right, take care. Egg group number 3, you chose the High Priestess alongside the hidden card. All right, the mysterious card. I hope you're doing well today. How are you doing? We are going to draw 5 cards to begin with. Okay, we got 2 here. And we'll get on our way with this. Let's go. So, currently on the mind, we have some form of triumph. You have succeeded in something you didn't think you would. You know, this might have been something where you really weren't looking forward to something happening today. Or perhaps this week, some time recently. But you did it. You did it, and you are proud of yourself, and you should be. Okay, interestingly enough, this is, oh, sorry guys, I bumped the mic. This was in the same position as, I believe, group number 1. Maybe not. Okay. So some commitment and some borrowing of ideas led you to really stick out and accomplish something you didn't think you would. What led that? That's going to lead to, well, it's going to be a little bit tough because it seems like there's a commitment that you're making here. But it's going to lead to, well, it's going to lead to some warmth of communication. There's going to be some communication that's warm, that gives you a sense that you can fall asleep to it. You know, this could be like you're talking to someone long distance in some ways. But you're going to want to be frugal. You're going to want to be mindful of where you spend your money. Okay. That's always going to be important, but especially right now. You know, it makes sense. It's the, if you're watching this when this video comes out, it's, you might be buying presents and stuff. But, okay, so, currently position, you're moving, you're taking action. There's some kind of action that needs to be taken, fast-paced action. The Queen of Swords shows up. So there's some intuitive decisions you made in the past that's led you to having to make, there was a decision that had to be made in the past, because we have Two of Swords and then we have the Queen of Swords. So you had something where you didn't really know which choice to make, but you made the intuitive choice, and now it's leading towards, you're proud of it, but also you have a lot of things to do. A lot of things to get done. Okay, which is going to lead to like some kind of charity or bestowal. You might be giving soon, and it's going to lead to good fortune. Giving is going to come back in turn. It's one of those karmic. These together is very karmic in nature. It's like good, you doing good in the world is going to lead to good coming back to you. What you give is what you get. It's kind of the energy of those two cards together. Interesting. So what is this decision you have to make, group number 3? What was decision that you just made? What has it led to? A lot of action, a lot of movement. Can you think of anything? Please leave in the comments if you can, if there's something that's popping in your mind. Because it is going to lead towards you being more charitable. From the mind you might feel like you don't have a lot, but you're going to be charitable. And that's actually going to lead to frugality in some other ways, where you're not spending so much for oneself, but, it's coming back around. You just need to know that you got to be, mindful, always mindful of what you're spending on. Okay. So there's going to be like a sense of nurturing. You're nurturing within yourself action. You're nurturing within yourself a competitive nature, kind of, because we have the Queen of Wands clarifying from within the 8 of Wands and the 6 of Wands. So a lot of action-oriented, proud movement, taking action. You might be exercising even. You might be focused on physical health in some ways with all of these wands together. And movement is really on the mind because you were feeling like the need to move, which led to physically moving, because we have the Chariot in the underneath diagonally approaching the 8 of Wands, which is movement in general. And this is from a healing point of view. Whatever decision you made was coming from needing to heal within. Needing to heal within. There's still these unknowns. I mean, the moon, the star, the high priestess, the Two of Swords, there's these unknown elements here. There's these mysteries, but this is one of those times where giving is kind of one of those things that can help you feel warmth inside. And speaking of warmth inside, we have the nurturing of one's energy, of one's resources, at the same time of being mindful, of being frugal, of not overspending, but also being fortunate, truly fortunate, and feeling it within, feeling the fortune. Interesting. This is one of those times where being grounded and nurturing your sense of energy yourself is what leads you to, when the wheels turn, you're always grounded and ready for what comes next. So what's this mystery card? Well, first, let's just take one more look at this whole spread here. There was a commitment to make a decision of healing. There was borrowing of ideas. There was making intuitive decisions, and the feeling of needing to move, of needing to physically move in some manner. Okay. Balance was key here too. You were balanced in what you needed to do when it came to movement. You knew you needed to move, and it was for the right reasons, which leads to a sense of pride of what you've accomplished, because you did commit to something that wasn't easy. But also you're physically moving now, which is leading you to nurture your own sense of confidence and charisma, which then leads to, in this case it's kind of counterintuitive, but you have this sense of, it's almost like you're missing out on something, but what you're actually wanting to do is give resources, is give time, is give your energy, and that's going to allow you to kind of experience the mystery of what you give is what you get. And that's, you're going to be frugal on the mind. You are going to make sure that you're doing this responsibly, but it's going to be nurturing a sense of knowing when to give and when to receive, and be willing to receive and accept good fortune into your life too. Okay, with all that being said, finally we have the revealed card is the Fool, the Golden Fool. And the Fool card is not a bad card. It's a great card. It's a card of renewal. It's a card of rebirth. It's a card of taking the leap into the unknown and being joyful in not knowing what happens next, but expecting the unexpected and just reveling in that, and just being ready for a new path to open up for you. And I hope it's one of healing, and I hope it's one of giving, and I hope it's one of receiving as well for you. Group number 3, this has been your reading. Please leave a comment if you enjoyed it, and subscribe to this channel to see more videos like this in the future. Okay, take care. Bye.